Hey fam, let's talk. Or allow me to talk. Allow me to vent. I am so concerned about our children. People really don't have any regard for children's innocence. They talk to children as if they're adults. They don't have a clue as to what you should not disclose to a child. Somebody who's still pure at heart, they don't have any idea of how to deal with them. They want to treat them as young adults, and it's not cool. So the topic today is in reference to a father. Yesterday I saw, was it yesterday? Or day before yesterday, whatever. There's a father in the car like this. He's in the driver's seat. His son is in the back. So he got the camera set up somewhere, I guess where mine is. So you can see the little boy in the back seat. Y'all excuse me, my throat is dry. All right. So the little boy is sitting in the back with French fries and I guess a hamburger and a drink. So the dad turns around. Hey, son, let me get a sip of your soda. I'm thirsty. So he takes the cup from his son and he drinks from it. And he went to hand it back. The little boy said, I don't want that. So he says, man, you can't drink from your father. What's wrong with you? He said, I heard you saying last night that you're going to eat the cat. Why did the father think that was something funny to make a skit with his child about? I don't understand. I come across another skit of the same dad. Mind you, that skit was here. I go to something else, of the same father with the same boy, his little son, in the back seat, another skit. This time he says to his son, why did you go to school and why did your teacher call me and tell me that she's going to call animal cruelty on me? So the little boy said, I heard you saying on the phone last night that you was going to beat the cat and you was going to kill the cat. And then he also said, you said you was going to beat that pea up. Under the comments, the applause symbol, the laughing emojis, crying laughing emojis. You're so funny. He's so cute. Everybody is condoning his behavior. We are a sick people. And I have to say that. We're sick. Because you think that's cute? This is how this brother's going to earn his money, by exploiting his son and saying sexual things. Whether the little boy understood what it was or not, it's not cute. It's not appropriate. It's disgusting. It's despicable. This is the stuff a grown man is doing with his son, an Israelite man. And this is why I understand why the Father is punishing us as a people, why we had to be punished. We're so far removed from God. We think everything is a joke. We think sin is a joke. We think sin is funny. We exploiting ourselves, the women, the men, the children. We do so many debased things. It's not even funny. Why you think that's funny to do with your son? And people love it, and that's why people do it. Their behavior is condoned. People applaud it, people love it, people like it. They think it's cute. He gets all the likes, he getting all the money, exploiting his son. Absolutely amazing. And then the other guy, I see a guy on the street. Well, it's a recording of a guy on the street. You can't see him, but he's holding a mic. He sounds like a Caucasian guy, but he walks up to these children on the street. The parents are allowing it, mind you, because I know that he doesn't just go up to the kid that was alone. I'm sure the children were with their parents. And I'm almost sure he had to ask the parents if it's okay to ask their child this particular question, which was, what do you know about gay marriages? Or what is a gay marriage to you? So the first little boy says, he said, I don't have any idea. And they have in the background, they have those background tracks of laughter or applause. They had the background laughter. And so the second child he asked a question to, this child was more educated. He said, what is a gay marriage? He said, oh, that's when two boys get married. And he said, so is it a gay marriage when two girls get married? And he said, no. He said, so what is that? The little boy says, lesbianism. I'm like, wow. He said, okay. So he says, so when you get older, do you think you're going to ever get married? So the little boy said, no. And he said, well, why not? He said, well, because when the marriage doesn't work out, the other person is entitled to half of your money. Whatever happened to the innocence of a child? Now, these children were young. I'll give it an estimation of 8 or 9. I don't know. He was young. He looked under 10. Why did he know all of this stuff? Now, under the thing, I just couldn't believe that the people were commenting saying it's funny. Everybody thinks everything is funny. I don't know where the clear thinking people are. The people who are conscious about what they're doing and promoting in front of children. I don't know where they are. They're so few and far in between, because everybody under the comments are liking this foolishness. And it's funny. It's a joke. So I commented under it. I said, children should remain as pure as possible for as long as possible. So some gentleman commented under my comment, and he said, I don't get it. Why would they not be pure? Because they know about marriage. So he said, I don't think it's impure because they know about marriage. That was his comment. So I said, that is your opinion. So he came back on again and he said, no, seriously, I don't get it. What do you mean? And I said, I'm sure you know exactly what I mean, but okay, I'll take the bait. It says male and female is a marriage. Anything outside of that is an abomination. Point blank, period. And I said, and also that boy has no reason to be privy to what goes on in a divorce. He's a child. That kind of negativity should not even be put in his mind. But apparently his parents maybe are divorced, or they speak about adult things in his presence. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, the little boy should remain a little boy and not have grown people issues in his mind. So I made it short. I didn't say all of that to the guy, but in any case, he responded back again and he said, well, it depends on what marriage is in your point of view. If you're looking at it through a religious way, or marriage could be, he went in and gave me a long spiel about the definition of a marriage, even as far as marriages in business, meaning partnerships. That's basically what a marriage is. So he's saying, in other words, any two people can get together and it's okay. So, of course, I now had to go back. And he said he did agree with me about the divorce part, that the little boy shouldn't know anything about that. And I'm like, he shouldn't know anything about two men laying up together, calling it a marriage either. So I said to him, he said, I think that children, he also said to me that children should know things. We should teach our children things because it's out here anyway and they're going to learn it. I agree with him wholeheartedly. When I was a little girl, my mother, there was a guy in our building who dressed like a woman all the time. And he loved my mom. So they would stand outside and they would talk. Sometimes we would be on our way to the store. Sometimes he would walk us to the store. This man would have on sandals, his toes polished, his fingernails polished, a shirt with a little tie in the front, tight jeans and lipstick, earrings. And I used to just stare at him because I'm a child, right? But I knew that he was a man, but he's dressed like a woman, and it was odd to me. So of course you're staring, you're a child, you're curious, and you're just looking. And I remember I asked my mom, I said, Mommy, why is he dressed like a woman? He's a man. And she was like, he's gay. You have people that think that they're a man and they might feel like a woman or whatever. I never asked anything else about it. So the guy was saying something like, children don't think nothing of it. So I agree with him to a degree. And I'm going to tell you to what degree. The people who dress like the opposite sex, they exist. We have them in our families. So they exist. Children see them. Children know who, they see them, and just like I saw David, that was his name. Just like I saw David, and I knew that he was a man dressed like my mom. It was odd to me as a child, but it wasn't something that stuck in my head. I didn't harp on it or anything. So he's right. Children learn things and they almost kind of brush it off. But guess what? It's an impression made on me. I'm going to remember that. So the next man that I see dressed like a woman, I'm going to say, oh, he thinks he's a lady. I'm going to remember what my mom told me. So we are sponges, and we do take in things. Oh, my back is itching. Oh. We take in certain things, and we never forget them. Did it affect my life? No. What's affecting my life now and what's affecting the lives of our children now is that, oh, God, this man come up to me with all this music. Yeah. So in other words, what I'm saying is that children are going to learn certain things, and that's a given. But it's just that you asked this little boy what a gay marriage was. Being gay is one thing. Marriage is a whole other thing. And so when the guy told me they need to know these things, I said, listen, Religion has nothing to do with a marriage. I said marriage is biblical. God is the creator of marriage. He made a male and a female, so therefore when a male and female get together, that is a marriage, and marriage is for procreation. Marriage is to replenish the earth and to make other human beings. And so therefore, if you're telling a child that two men are getting married or two women are getting married, in that so-called marriage, there is no procreation. There is no creation of life. It's death, because no life can come from that relationship. And I told him, I said, all the children in our family, they know that they come from a male and a female. I said, so teaching a child that two men can be in a marriage is definitely an abomination. I said, you shouldn't teach a child that, because that's untrue. Who somebody chooses to be with is their personal choice. But they shouldn't be taught that it's okay for them to get married. And this is the thing that I don't like. I don't like that agenda being pushed on our babies to normalize that. It's normal because people are doing it, but don't lie on God and call that a marriage, because he told us what a marriage was. A marriage is to procreate. Two men cannot do that. They want the whole world to be under this Baphomet system. Satan is the Baphomet. He is the Baphomet. He is the unisex God, the God of half woman and half man. We are blended together. There's no separation of the two sexes. We're just a combination. And that's where all this gender fluidity nonsense comes in at. All of this comes from Satan. Now, who you desire to sleep with is your business, because that's between you and your God. But to push something like that on my children or the children in my family, nah, I'm not with it. Not with it. Not ever going to be with it. Don't ever have to be with it, and I won't. And so, because the world is saying this is that and that is this, I don't have to agree with that, and I never will. Because if it goes outside of what God's will is, then you can forget it, honey. I'm not ever down with that foolishness, because God is the last say-so. He gets the last say-so. It's all about what he says, what he ordained, what he established. All of us got here because of a relationship between a man and a woman. And if it was not for that, none of us would be. Even with same-sex couples, people are going to a doctor, having their sperm held, putting it with an egg. A woman is carrying it. People have agreements with the opposite sex, to carry the child for them or whatever, because we understand that two men cannot make that possible. Two women cannot make that possible. We're just doing too much. Our poor children, I feel so bad for them. But Satan knows what he's doing. When he catches them young, he can implant this stuff in their head, and it will just be normal for them. It will just be life for them. And so everything that the Father God has taught us, everything the Father God has ordained, that's getting ignored. And that's just devalued these days, and just, oh, that's just old-fashioned. Oh, that's just religion. No, it has nothing to do with religion, but it has everything to do with the Creator and his wisdom and what he made possible so that we can continue as people, that the earth can be populated and we can continue. Now, if we go outside of that, instead of sticking to what God's plan is, in order to procreate, we got to go into a Frankenstein lab to do stuff so that Satan can get to play God through the people who are working for him. You get what I'm saying? Satan always said, I will be like the Most High. So he wants to just delete everything that the Father has ordained and do things the way he wants to do it. He wants to take over. See, down here, this is his domain. And each time we are in agreement with him, that gives him power. So he is the God of this earth, because we're giving him power. We're idolizing him. We're obeying him. We're living the way he wants to live. He wants us to live. And the sad thing about it? Number one, we're hurting our Creator whom loves us dearly. He created us for his pleasure, and we're making him sad and disappointed. But Satan could not care any less about us. He's laughing at us when we're foolish like this, and we're in agreement with his nonsense. He is laughing because he knows where he's going to end up. And he wants to take every last one of us there with him. Because hell was not made for us, family. It wasn't made for us. It was made for him and his fallen angels. For all the angels that fell with Satan, hell was made for them. Now, if we choose to serve Satan, then we're going to end up where he's going. And that's what it's all about. And our poor children are hell-bound due to the crap that we are teaching them. I am in agreement that we should tell our children things, but I want them to learn it from me. Nobody has the right to tell an impressionable child in my family something that I've yet to share with them. It's not fair. You don't go into a school building to know what people are doing in their beds. Where are we getting this foolishness from? I don't need you telling my children what people do in their bed, in the privacy of their own home. I told a guy, I said, just like I wouldn't tell my child about an orgy, I'm not telling them that two men should get into a marriage. I'm not telling no child that. It's foolishness. It's abomination. It is sin. I'm calling it what it is. Fact is, none of us would be here if not for male and female coming together. And so it's just really disturbing. You would think that by now I would be accustomed to it, but I can't get accustomed to it. It is so far removed from the Most High God. I'm never going to get accustomed to it. It sickens me. And I don't care what people think about me, in my opinion, because it's not my opinion. It's an actual fact. And it is what the Father ordained. I'm sticking with Him. He was here before all of us. A wise God created all of us. And if He says ABC, then it is ABC. It is ABC for me. And if it's not ABC for you, you better get it ABC, because I'm telling you, time is winding down, family. And the things that we are putting in our children and planting in our children's minds, it is sickening and disgusting. Our poor children, I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for our children. If you don't teach your children righteousness, this world is going to teach them wickedness. So it is up to each parent. I mean, I can't tell you how to live your life. That is your option. The Most High God gave us freedom of choice. That is your option. But I'm warning you as your sister, if you're not following this Bible, you are following Satan and his wicked angels straight to hell. And that's the bottom line, family. I'm done. Peace, love, and blessings unto you.